A very warm welcome, traders, to the 15th episode of TFA Talks. Today, Devang and I, Himalay Bhatia, are your hosts for the evening. So, Devang, today was the October series expiry for your
Right.
futures and your options.
Yeah.
And before we get started as to what has happened today and what can happen tomorrow and in the coming days, can you just quickly give us a recap of what you had discussed yesterday?
Right. So yesterday you were not there, so I discussed a couple of good points that people had loved watching. So yesterday I was actually personally expecting a good volatile movement today, but that really didn't happen. We were stuck in the range. So we did
Right.
recommend a couple of stocks. So we started off with uh, uh, Delta Corp. Yeah. So we started off with Delta Corp. I gave you a buy on Delta Corp, and if you see the daily chart, this gave you about 3% intraday high. It gave you a high of 119.65. So whoever took this trade, give it a thumbs up because you made about 3% intraday. The other stock that I gave you all was Titan. Titan looked quite impossible the way I was giving you the trade yesterday. I gave you a trade to short Titan at 1190. That was the level I had given you, and it made a low today of 1160. It went to 1155. So you must have made about 30 rupees
Right.
per share on Titan. So that was a very good trade that we took. Another trade that I gave the viewers was HDFC Bank. I told you all to go short on HDFC Bank below 1200. And if you went short, you must have got about a 20 rupee movement. The low was about 1178. This was a wonderful trade as well. These are three very good trades that worked well today. Another trade was Dr. Reddy that was given to all of you. This didn't go as per plan, but if you were right in time, you might have made some kind of profit. So I told you to go short below 4950, and it made an intraday low of about 4890. So you did get 1%. So not something I was expecting. I wanted to go lower, but this could have been a small trade. One trade that didn't go very well with us was Reliance. I did give a short on Reliance below 2000, but 2000 is
Mm.
very, very strong. The good thing was yesterday, if you all watched the video, I told you all to go short on Reliance in small quantity. So I believe this would have hit our stop loss. The other four trades were a success in the market.
I think that has a very good accuracy rate. And all right, I don't think it does not matter if one stock hit your stop loss.
Right.
Overall, I think the traders and the viewers made really good profit. So
And
for that, please hit a
yeah,
thumbs up. And
yeah,
all
if you
right,
all
so you
made
were saying
money,
something on.
yeah, if you all made money on this, give it a thumbs up, guys. Give us a comment. Tell us what trades you took, how much you have earned, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were talking something on Nifty as well.
Yeah, so we did give you levels on Nifty yesterday. The levels were, 600, 670, 720. These were the levels we had given you. And we told you quite clearly that it depends where you open. If you open gap down, markets will give you a gap filling kind of recovery. All these price action points were made very clear in yesterday's video. And that's exactly what happened. We opened about 60, 70 points lower. We went up to that 720 level. We have kept on talking about, we took a resistance
Right.
there, kept on going to 600. So we took a very, very strong support at 600. And the same was with Bank Nifty. So if you traded an index, we got a lot of screenshots from every one of you who made some decent profits. The levels were given to you, and markets have moved in somewhat that range. So today markets were volatile. It gave you a doji on the daily chart. It was monthly expiry, so a lot of movement was happening and didn't give a lot of explanation why so.
Right. So yes, the Nifty levels did work out very well, and the unfortunate thing was that the viewers weren't with us on our discussion forum, and
Yeah,
during the day we had given one trade to our traders for that gap filling trade,
right.
wherein the people made a lot of profit over there, and it exactly took a resistance at around the 720 zone, and from there the Nifty started falling. Now the interesting part was the market participants arrested the falling Nifty at exact around the 11,600 zone, and the bulls very well protected that crucial
Right.
level of 11,600, though the market has closed below 11,720. Now, what we have to see is what will happen going forward. So, what do you think can
So
happen going forward?
So, firstly, we have to talk about what's been happening in the world. That is something we have to always consider. Today, a lot of results have come in the market. A lot of important companies like Mahindra, Maruti,
Right.
Indigo, a lot of results have come in. So, firstly, if you're not in our WhatsApp group, TFA Daily, you have to join that. WhatsApp us at 8080343031. because in that group we are giving real-time updates about which results come in, which news comes in. So that can really help you in the trading with us. But today, the major event that happened in Himalaya was the US GDP data. There was a very, very record rise of 33.1%. It was in line with estimates. The Bloomberg economists were expecting 32%, but it's come at 33.1. So that is marginally higher. Very good data. This is showing the economic recovery that's taking place in America. That's the reason why your American, European markets are doing good today.
Yes, that's correct. And do you have any thoughts on the European lockdowns? Many countries are going into the lockdown. So do you have any thoughts over there as well as to
Yeah, so
how it can impact on the
European markets have already corrected about 12 to 15%. And today I've just from my sources got another news, which I will read out to you. So it is that Spain Parliament approves a 6-month extension of state of emergency. That's another news that has come in about at 8:22 p.m. today. So I don't know how that will affect the markets or whether it's already discounted. So we'll have to see about that. But that's something. So as I said yesterday to our viewers, that we have to be cautious. And as you rightly said the last day, that guard your portfolios, get cash.
Right.
And once you get opportunities come into the market, my simple suggestion would be, as we have been telling our mentorship clients, try to be on the intraday basis, because as long as this volatility persists, I would all like you all to trade with small quantities, reduce your size, so that after elections, when Nifty goes back into momentum, then we can again come back to the normal trading positions.
Right. So I think, this one thing I've been telling our clients is be scalpers in the current market. Don't hold your positions overnight. It can completely ruin your capital. And for the investors, it was already mentioned earlier, guard your capital. And that is one step all our clients have taken.
Yeah.
So again, it's the result season, right? Results are out. Those 1-2 candles are really, really important. You can easily scalp for about 3 minutes to 5 minutes, making huge profits for you. So be scalpers in the current market. Otherwise, I would suggest to stay out of this market, not for you.
Yeah, that's right. So because of this earning season, you have to know which companies posting results. You have to know at the real time when these companies are coming out. So make sure you join the WhatsApp group so that you know exactly at what time the results come out, and accordingly, you know whether it's good or not and trade accordingly. I feel that's quite important.
Right. And Devang, one point I'd like to add for the Nifty internal. So if we could just quickly open up the 15-minute chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, like I tell everyone, I'm the RSI guy, right? I always follow the RSI. And 52, the level 52 on your RSI is something which is very important. Again, around 11:45, there came a move in the market, and it exactly took a resistance at your 52 level, and from there it started correcting again.
Right.
Be it a day chart, be it a 15-minute chart, be it a 5-minute chart, 52 level on your Nifty is something which is very important. If you ask me, is the same level to be used on your other stocks or other indices? No, because other stocks and other indices have their own levels on your RSI. So 52 on Nifty, very important. And if you open up the day chart, RSI has breached the 52 level. Now that is something which is very interesting, right?
Yeah.
So looking at these factors, what do you think can happen in the coming few days? We have the elections also lined up.
Right. So my view, see, I already have a personal view, but it is not my job to forecast the markets. My job is to basically play by the levels that I would like to give. So for me, every day is a new day when I trade, and I do not have emotions in the market. If I have been bearish, I do have that some kind of sentiment, but I like to treat every single day as different. So I think 11,600, if I show you the internals, that is a very, very strong level. Even today, in the first 15 minutes and around 2:30, we tried to go below 600, but you can see two hammers being formed exactly at 11,600. A lot of buying is coming in. So I feel that if markets go below 11,600, that is a last line of defense for the coming days, for the next series, November series. That's, I think, the stop loss. All the bulls have kept that stop loss. So below that, I would see aggressive selling coming into the market, which will drive you to 550 and 500 and 450, etc.
Absolutely.
What do you think? What do you think how the market is structured?
Exactly, I do agree with you. So for the November series, what I think is on the downside, the crucial level for me will be in my trading setup will be 11,450 that I will be looking at. And on the upside, just in case, the markets react positively to any particular news or any event, then on the upside, the levels that I see is of course 11,720, and the other level is 11,820, which I see as big hurdles for Nifty. And
Yeah.
once those reach, then maybe we can discuss about that in the coming podcast.
Right. So I think the plan for tomorrow is quite simple for the intraday traders out there. Tomorrow, if markets, so currently we're at 670. So if the markets are going below 11,600, we can go for a shot and we can see targets of 550, 500, 450. I would like to play it small. So 50 rupees every movement is good enough. So these are the targets I can see. So aggressive selling can come below 11,600. On the upside, I think if you start to trade above 11,720 and 730, we'll start to get a very good momentum on the upside, which can drive us to your level, as you said, 11,820. So that's basically how I like to plan my markets for tomorrow on Nifty.
This note, I think Devang, you should also, maybe open up the dollar index. Dollar index has clearly breached the 93.65 resistance level,
Mm-hmm.
and on the day charts, right? On the
Yeah,
day charts, it has clearly breached the resistance level. So again, this is something which is interesting. Dollar getting stronger and stronger, and of course, the Indian markets tend to inversely, act in comparison to your dollar index. So I think this is also one point that the viewer should keep in mind. This is something which is again really interesting,
mm-hmm.
and
Right,
that is my overall view for Nifty. So just to summarize it up, on the downside, below 11,600, we have your levels of
right.
11,550, followed by 11,450, and finally a bigger level of 11,300. And on the upside, we have your levels of 11,720, followed by 11,820.
820. Right.
Right.
So let's talk about Bank Nifty. Um, what is your view of for Bank Nifty? I have plotted my levels, but I would like to hear what you have to say because you trade Bank Nifty quite vigorously.
Right. So, the one stock that is holding Bank Nifty is Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Yeah, right,
Kotak Mahindra Bank is, it's just holding there. It's, fighting against the market. It's saying, no, I wouldn't let the markets fall. I wouldn't let Bank Nifty fall to a greater extent. However, again, let's not forecast over here. Let's give the levels to
right.
our viewers. So I think on our Bank Nifty, important level for the November series will be your 24,000.
Mm-hmm.
Below 24,000, you can have your targets of, let me just, sorry, quickly open up my chart. Below 24,000, you can have your targets of uh, 23,
23,600, 23,800, they're quite good.
23,600,
Yeah,
23,800 are really, yes, right.
right,
23,800, 23,600 are the levels which are very important. And on the upside, 24,300 is again something which is very strong.
right.
And currently, I feel that Bank Nifty is still ranging between 24,000 and 24,300. So let's wait for the break. And of course, considering the important event of your November 2nd, that's your moratorium
Moratorium
verdict.
judgment. Yeah,
How does this banking sector react to it? That will be something which will be very interesting, and that is not too far away. So I would suggest the viewers to stay out of Bank Nifty tomorrow at least. Let's see what happens on Monday. Let's look at the verdict, and maybe
right.
then you can trade the levels.
Yeah, so I think Bank Nifty will be volatile. We'll analyze the stocks going forward so as to decide where markets can go. My levels are a little bit different, almost similar but a little bit different. So I was actually following the 24,000 level for quite some time, but Bank Nifty I feel is taking a lot of support at 23,900. So rather than 24, I think tomorrow if you want to go short below, aggressively, I think it could come below 23,900. Yes, 24,000 is a good area, but I think if I am
Mm.
trading Bank Nifty tomorrow, 24,000 is one area because at psychological level, I would like to go some quantity short, but I'll increase my shorts personally below 23,900. That's what I'm personally planning. On the upside,
Right.
24,150 is one area which I've been seeing for a very, very long time. It's been a very good support. So right now you're at 24,088. So tomorrow, I think as soon as you trade above 24,150, I'll be going long on Bank Nifty. And as you said, the first target is 24,300, followed by my target of 24,400. So for me, we are in a range of 23,900 to 24,400. And once this range is broken, whichever side, I would like to go aggressive on that side because above 24,400, the only concrete level comes to 24,820. So we can see a good move on the upside as well as on the downside. So these are the levels I will be playing personally on Bank Nifty. So let's see basically where these levels are going and taking us.
Right, absolutely. All right. So, Devang, one point over here again on the RSIs. For your Bank Nifty viewers, you can take a level of 58. 58 is something which is a very important level on RSI.
Right.
All right. So, that is your view on Bank Nifty. Anything additional over here?
Yeah, also I've just spotted a trend line which has been holding on the 15-minute chart. So this trend line is coinciding with my 24 150 level. So if the markets have to go higher tomorrow, they'll be going immediately because we are at that level. Otherwise, if this trend line is not broken, we will get some kind of a descending triangle movement to the downside. My only point is, which I make every single day, that I want you all to see where the markets are opening. If they are opening big gap up or a big gap down like today, I want you to all see price action rather than trading the levels we give you. So today also markets open 60, 70 point lower. So in such a case, always see price action first and then trade.
Right, and even today's trade, if you can just look at the chart, it was not that difficult. There was a clear divergence here, positive divergence. If you
That's
just
right.
connect the lows on the price chart as well as on your RSI,
Yeah.
then again, it was an easy trade. And we all know that the 24,000, 23,900 level is something which was very important for your Bank Nifty. And
Mhm.
one could have easily traded over here with the targets of 24,100, 24,150.
Yeah. So I think before we talk
All
about
right.
the stocks to trade, as you already have mentioned, the dollar index, it's already crossed above 94 as we speak. Yes, dollar has become quite
Right.
strong as compared to not only the rupee but also the other major currencies like Swiss franc and euro, pound, etc. I would also like to talk about
Mhm.
the US markets. That's something I've been doing every session. If I look at the daily charts, I have for the intraday for people who trade in CFDs, we have a lot of viewers who trade CFDs in the indices. So for the people who are trading CFDs, I have drawn these trend lines. So currently we are in some kind of a downtrend on the Dow Jones. So as long as this resistance and the support is not broken, we are pursuing down. But something I want the viewers to understand, I found a very good input that I would like to give you all is there's a very, very strong support at the current market price. So if you all can see my screen, the 200 moving average that denoted by yellow is at the
Mhm.
26,200 levels. That's the reason today we have just ticked that and went started going higher. So if you are new to the markets, 200 moving average is a very big long-term support and resistance. And whenever 200 is ticked, it tries to bounce back. The same, I think we all can remember what happened on 24th September when markets in India started plunging. It took a support at 200 moving average and started going higher. So
Right.
what I'm trying to say is Himalaya that it is giving a double top pattern for sure. Some people have pointed out to me it is giving a double top pattern. If you look at the
Mhm.
weekly chart also, it is giving you a double top even on the weekly chart. Things are not good.
Double top pan.
But I think what is very important is this level 200 MA. So as long as we are above 200 MA, there is some kind of hope in the market because people like to go buy at 200 MA with a very small stop loss. So if this is taken out, then things will get bad. Then I think everyone should become careful.
Right. See, the thing about the double top is, it comes into action only once the neckline is broken.
Yeah,
So, and again, the moving average that you have given to the viewers is something again which is very interesting and important. So, until that breaks, I don't think there should be panic in the market. Though the global markets are gripping on to the volatility due to the concerns over the rising pandemic, but still, there is some sort of a positive, some positive sentiment is there in the market still. Let's not again forecast. Let's stick by the levels, and let's
right.
move on to the next segment of our stocks. So let's give our viewers a few stocks that they can trade on.
Yeah. So today, hope everyone made money. So we have some hand-picked stocks. Himalaya and I both of us have some hand-picked stocks for you. Himalaya, would you like to start so we can do an alternate view? You can cover one stock, I'll cover the other stock.
Sure, we can do that. So, I'll get back to the traditional stock of your Reliance. Now, Reliance, though you had asked to short, but I wasn't too much of favor of shorting Reliance because 2000 is psychologically a very strong number for Reliance. And if you go back a little, 2200 itself was something which Reliance wasn't very
Easy to
comfortable
break.
breaking with.
Yeah.
And once it came to your 2000 level, now 2000 level, if it falls below 2000 level, I am one person who won't be able to digest that scenario, right? So what I did was, I am a little long and a little bullish on the stock, and tomorrow we also have the results for this. So what I will suggest our viewers is to long about 2040 with a target of 2070, followed by a second target of 2100 to 2120 zone.
Right.
And if it is on the downside, now no matter what happens in the stock, let it fall to 3% does not matter. What I will suggest you people is do not short Reliance. Reliance is one stock that I wouldn't recommend shorting at this level, no matter what. That is my personal view. Of course, every analyst have their own personal views as well.
Yeah, it's all
So
about
this is my view
harmony.
on.
Yeah, it's all about harmony. I'm not really harmonious, as WD Gans, has quoted that some people have good vibes, good vibrations from some stocks. So Reliance is one stock I always go wrong in, no matter what I trade. So that's something we'll keep in mind. It's a very good view. It has given you a piercing pattern
And
on the
yeah, so
chart,
RSI piercing pattern and RSI is also entering its
re-entering.
normal zone. So
Yeah,
tomorrow, if the bulls are established in the stock with good volumes, then of course we can see a good upside on this stock.
yeah,
All
perfect.
right, so that is my view on Reliance. Maybe you want to take up some stock
So I
long.
think another stock I would like to talk about is Mahindra. I'll talk about both the Mahindras, Kotak, and your Mahindra Motors.
Okay.
So something I'm really interested in Kotak Bank is that it's holding the markets higher. So if the buying again is established tomorrow in the market, Kotak can be another guy who can still keep Bank Nifty elevated. So one thing is something I would not interested is that the RSI has come to about 73 levels. That is one thing holding me back. But if Kotak starts to trade above 1600 tomorrow, I would like to go long on Kotak Mahindra Bank. I would keep a relatively smaller target because the RSI is overbought. So maybe a 1% or one pivot point or two pivot point. That is something I would like to do on Kotak Mahindra Bank. And
Okay.
Mahindra and Mahindra, as I said, is another stock which I'm interested in. I would be looking at Mahindra and Mahindra on the short side. So there is a multiple testing has been done on this level of 597. And today, if you look at the charts, you can see that this range has been broken and the levels of 570, 560 are opening up. So if I look at the 15-minute charts, I would like to go short on Mahindra and Mahindra below 590. So currently it's at 592.5. So below 590, I would like to go short on Mahindra for, as I said, 1-2% targets, or you can use pivot points to measure your targets.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just move on to another stock, and my next pick will be Jubilant Foodworks. Now, my targets for Jubilant Foodworks is long about 2225 with a
Can you
target.
repeat?
First
I think
target of
we missed you. What is the target and long over when?
sorry. So the first target will be 2280,
Okay.
and you only have to long about 2225. That is 2225 with the first target of 2280, followed by a second target of 2300. Now, when I'm telling to long the stock, I'm talking from a swing perspective and not from an intraday perspective. And if you look at the short side, I would say from your intraday point of view, short below 2210 with a target of 2180. And of course, after that, I see the stock falling till 2140 to 2135 levels if it continues on the downside.
Yeah, 2210 is
RSI has
also 2210 is also your 200 moving average on the 15-minute chart. So that is, I think, very, very
absolutely.
pivotal point on the market.
Absolutely. So that is why I say that short only below 2210. So with a target of 2180 for your intraday point. And talking about the RSI, the level that I will give you all is 48 for this. 48 for your Jubilant Foodworks is something which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Or just to be precise, I'd rather just rephrase myself and I'll say 47.55 is something which is precise.
Okay. Let's talk
All
about
right.
the next stock.
Devang,
Loris
yeah.
Labs is another stock I'm interested in. Fantastic results posted. So today, a lot of companies have posted results. Chola Mandalam, Shriram Transport. So all of you can go to our WhatsApp group and track all of those results and accordingly trade. But particularly, I'm interested in Loris Labs. It's a wonderful stock. It's made you tons and tons of money over these COVID times. I would like to. It's posted good numbers, so I would like to go long above 340. That's a very, very strong level. I have written some 20 MA. So this is also suggested in our 50 stocks to trade video. So above, it is taking a good support at 20 MA. So above 340, if it starts trading, I want you all to go long. There are no targets on the upside, so it will have to be an open-ended trade since it is a lifetime high of Loris Labs. So use your targets or percentages or pivot points, or you can see where the pressure of buying is subsiding, so you can exit at that point of time.
Okay, perfect.
But I think
The
this is
next
one
stock
stock
that
which
I
can explode. This is one stock which can explode very big time. So it can easily go 3-4% higher or 5% higher also. So you have to try to trade this stock if you get an opportunity.
Okay, perfect. So if Devang is saying Laurus Lab going to explode, you should keep it on your watch list. Very important.
Yeah.
All right. So my next stock over here will be Adani Enterprises. It is at a very crucial level of 330, and what I will suggest the clients is to long above 335 to be on the conservative side, considering the current market scenario, and long above 335 with a target of 355, and on the short side I will say that short below 325 with the target of 310, and it is of course between a sweet range of your uh, 310 levels and 330 levels. And if it is range bound, of course, take maximum advantage. Like we always talk about the market structure. If the market is in a sideways direction, a
Mhm.
trader has the advantage of taking or booking profits on both these sides, on the short side as well as the long side. So take advantage, maximum advantage of this, and I think you can make really good money out of it.
Yeah, I like this
All
stock
right,
that you're talking about. It's giving you a flag. It had given you a flag earlier
right.
also, and currently the flag pole is about 60 rupees long. So this means that if this breaks above 335, whichever level you're giving, it can give you a 60-point momentum, which is it has the potential. So not on an intraday basis,
Okay.
but you can easily go to 380 levels on a positional basis if the market start to perform. So I like this stock that you're talking about. Something that we can surely look into for tomorrow. Right. And I
All
think
right.
one last talk is a lot of people have been asking me about Aditya Birla Fashion. It's been in focus because of Flipkart.
Okay.
People are interested. So my view is, so if you see our 50 stocks to trade video, it had been covered. So make sure you look at all of those stocks which I've already covered. So currently it broke out, it gave you a support, and coincidentally, this is coinciding with your 200 MA also. So tomorrow, if it starts trading up, I would recommend all of you to go long on Aditya Birla Fashion. The reason for the trade is it broke out, retested not only at the previous resistance but also at your 200 MA. So this will be a very good area. If you want a stop loss, keep a good 5 to 10 rupees stop loss maximum because you are at the optimum place, and targets can be higher as 172 or even 180. This is a positional trade again. So if you want to go long tomorrow, you can obviously go above today's market, which is about 158 is one area where I would like to go long on. Above 158, I will be going long with, I think, a stop loss of 8 rupees of 150. That's my stop loss, and targets of 180.
All right, noted. So, Devang, I have a few more stocks on my radar. Uh, so, firstly, I'll be talking about TVS Motors. Now, TVS Motors did post their results today, and it did, respect the street estimates. However, if you look on year-on-year basis, it could not achieve the targets. Now, let's get back to the levels. Let's see what we have on TVS Motors. So, currently, your 420 level is a very interesting zone,
Yeah.
quite interesting support zone. So you have a big, uh, yeah, you have already plotted that. Wonderful. And if we look on the long side, so if tomorrow, let's say the buyers are established, and you want to look on the long side, I will suggest to buy the stock above 430 with a target of 440. Now I'm giving you conservative approaches. All right. On the short side, I will suggest to short below 420. That is the current zone with a target
Yeah.
of 405.
Right.
Again, this is something which is, of course, this will be in focus tomorrow because today it posted results.
Yeah.
So tomorrow again, it is something which will be in focus. All right.
Perfect.
Devang, do you have any stock left on your
No,
end?
I am done from my end. I am done.
All right. The next stock that I want to talk about is PVR.
Yeah.
All right. Now, PVR is something. Uh, from an investor point of view, I don't, you know me, I don't invest in the stock. I don't believe the stock.
Yeah.
Anyway, from a trading point of view, what I will suggest is, the news has broke out that the Maharashtra government has extended their lockdown till the November 30th, November 31st. And I think that can take a little bit of toll on this. So I'm taking a hit over here. It can, give you a good trade. So what I will suggest the viewers is to short below 1050 with a target of 1020. All right. conservative target. On the long side, what I will suggest is go long above 1075 with a target of 1110. So
Right.
this is my view on PVR. Devang, would you like to add something over here? Because I think this is a stock that you heavily trade in and heavily invest in.
Yeah.
What is your view on
So
PVR?
this 1000 level is something which will not be breaking easily. That's number one. 1070, as you have said, 70 was a very strong zone. Personally, I wanted to buy a lot here, but I'm not seeing some bullishness here. So this was one trend line which I've already drawn on the chart. The rule is that when the trend line is broken, you need at least two closing below that trend line. So currently, I've got one closing below the trend line. Tomorrow, if it re-enters, it again becomes a good buy considering we are at that support. And this 1070 is a very,
Right.
very strong area. So yeah, we can go short, as you have said, below 1050. It can even go to 1000. But personally, I think the lockdown
It
which has
has
been,
a
yeah,
sorry,
the
please
lockdown which has
continue.
been extended, I think cinemas have already opened up in Maharashtra. Since you were there, I'm not really aware of what the rules are. Since I'm in the north, you're in the west. But I think the previous policy of opening cinemas, hotels will run, and 50% capacity, of course. But we'll see how the things go. It has taken a big toll, but from an investor point of view, for a long-term investor, it's already fallen down quite a lot. So you can try to accumulate maybe at 1000 levels or 1070 levels. I would say let's see how it reacts in the next couple of sessions. Nothing is being lost.
Perfect. All right. So finally, I just have one more stock left. That is your Dr. Reddy's. Now, why am I bringing Dr. Reddy's into focus? Is because I came across this news that Russia has halted their vaccine trials on the volunteers.
Yeah.
So that is something which can affect the stock. Now, I'm not certain on this, but I think people might see this as a negative impact on Dr. Reddy's as well,
Hmm.
because this was the company which was one of the front runners looking after the Sputnik vaccine. So what I will suggest is, if there is a shorting opportunity, then go short below 4,900 with a target of 4,825.
Hmm.
And if there is a long side, then currently I am not giving any recommendation to long the stock. I am on the upper side. I think it's in a no trading zone. Below, I've already mentioned 4,900 with target of 4,825.
Right.
All right.
Perfect.
So that is all from my end as well, Devang.
Yeah, that's all from mine as well. I think we've done a fair amount of good job. So let's guys. I hope you all liked the video, and please understand the disclaimer is there that this is all our personal views. Make sure you do your own analysis and your own research. Consult your own advisors before taking any trades. We are here to provide value to you as much as possible from our own experience and trading in the markets. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel and do comment how did you like the video. So we'll see
Yes,
you
please
tomorrow.
give us your feedback as to how did you like the video. Is
Yeah,
there something that we can improve on? Please mention that in the comments below.
yeah, and
Thank you
we'll
so
see you
much.
guys tomorrow in the episode 16. See you.
Right. Have a good day. Bye bye.